After we have discussed the main pillars of our solution, let's move on to the risks. There is no strategy without risks. This is a very important statement, which should be taken into consideration while developing our strategy. Even the best plans have risks, which have to be mentioned in our solution in order to recommend how to mitigate them. Why does every plan have risks? Because there are a lot of different factors which can influence the outcome of a plan. For example, in case of a battle, you can't ignore that the opponents, just like us, have their own tactics too, which could ruin our ideas. Besides that, plenty of unfortunate events may occur that can influence our plan's success, for instance losing an important general who fell off the stairs and broke his neck while he was walking to his room drunk the night before the battle. Because of these kind of factors, it is important to think about the risks in order to avoid surprising situations. It is also important that the risks of the plan differ from each other with respect to their importance, so it's recommended to group them with the help of a simple method. Using this method, all risks are evaluated along two criteria. On the one hand, we have to estimate the probability of a risk, while we also have to examine what impact it would have on our strategy if it occurred. Let's go over the steps again. First, think about the probable risks. Then estimate the probability of them occurring. And lastly, consider how much they would influence our strategy's outcome if they occurred. Now, let's take a closer look at these steps through Caesar's example. In our solution, Caesar should follow a divide et impera strategy in order to invade Britain. What risks can this plan have? It is possible that the tribes in Britain will get some extra time to organize themselves and form an alliance against the Roman Empire. It can also happen that the internal opposition of Julius Caesar will take action against him. Lastly, it should also be considered that hostile empires on the other end of Roman Empire may start an attack while Caesar's army is in Britain. We still don't know much about these risks, so it's time to group them by using the previously mentioned methods. Let's go through them. First, the probability of hostile tribes getting some extra time and forming an alliance against the Roman Empire is rather high, as their common objective is to maintain their power in Britain. A strong Roman Empire would destroy their authority. Its impact on the Roman Empire strategy would be significant. To avoid this, Caesar should maintain its military presence in the region and offer different benefits to the hostile tribes in Britain. Second, in order to avoid the actions of the opposition in Rome, Caesar has to maintain strong relationships with his supporters. Thirdly, the chance that other enemies around the Roman Empire borders would attack is low, but its impact would be extremely high. To avoid this, Caesar should use diplomatic tools to maintain the neutral status of these countries. In summary, when testing a strategy in terms of risks, basically we have to answer 4 questions. What are the existing risks? What is the probability of their occurrence? To what extent would they influence the outcome of our strategy? And how could they be managed? In case we answer these questions based on what we learned just now, we get our solution one step closer to be comprehensive and complete.